Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. My name is Nick Santiago. Today is September 2nd, 2014. Let's jump right into the charts. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. What you'll see here is that the futures are trading higher today by about 1 3/4 points to 2003.25 per contract. So again, futures are trading a little bit higher. This is common after a holiday. Generally, the day after a holiday is what we call a holiday hangover type trading session, where the markets will trade lighter volume, and usually they'll be positive on the trading day. If they are down, they're really not down that much. Now, there's a lot of geopolitical news, especially coming out of Russia and the Ukraine, that tensions have really increased over there, but that does not seem to be affecting the markets yet. We'll see if it does so maybe a little bit later in the trading day. Right now, futures are off the highs, but they are still positive, so we'll see how that all plays out a little bit later. But remember, geopolitical tensions in Russia and the Ukraine have definitely picked up, so you want to be a little bit aware of that. That could hurt the markets at some point in time, but right now it doesn't seem to have any effect. All right, let's take a look at some stocks in the news. We're going to start off with this CONN. This is Cons. And what you're going to notice is this is an electronic retailer, predominantly in the South. The stock right now is getting hit pretty sharply. The stock closed on Friday at $44.83. It's now trading at $32.36. To be honest, I don't even see a really solid support level down here at all until you get down to $22. I know that may sound crazy, and there probably will be some levels where this thing can get a bounce, but I'm looking for solid levels, and I have to tell you, this is an ugly stock today, a nasty sell-off. Be very careful getting in front of this one. So I'm really not seeing any tradable levels that really appeal to me from what I can see, at least at the moment. A stock like this, I have no choice but to let it go lower, and like I just said, around 22.50, 22.40. That's really where I think the stock will find some stability in the longer term. Does it get there today? I really don't know. But either way, I'm not looking to get in front of this kind of a fall before the opening bell or right after the opening bell, unless it really hit a solid level. And the only solid level I have is 22.50. All right, let's take a look at Synaptics. That's SYNA. These are the people that make that little scratch pad for your laptop. They have something going on here with some fingerprint technology as well. Again, really solid move. The stock closed at $82.10. It's now trading at $86. I'm showing a fair amount of resistance around $90, so give it the upside till then. I don't really see anything that can stop it or get in front of it. Right now, Synaptics does have upside to 90. If you own it, I would trail the stop loss. If you do not own it, I would not look to pick this one up here at these levels. So again, I don't see any real resistance till around $90, and the stock most likely will stall out around that level. But prior to that, maybe it does trade higher. I can't rule that out. Let's take a look at Novartis, NVS. It looks like Novartis has some news with a drug. The stock is getting a big pop today, trading at $93.20. It closed at $89.84. This is now very overbought. So when you look at the daily chart, great move, but the stock is now severely overbought. I would be very careful with Novartis up here. I'm not saying that it can't go to 100 at some point in time or something of that nature, but just on a intraday and daily chart basis, the stock is severely overbought. So if you own it, you trail your stop loss. If you do not own it, you do not pick it up here. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla was in the news today. Stock is showing some strength. This is the electric automaker. Stock right now is trading at $277 a share, closed at $269. I'm not seeing really any major resistance on Tesla here. It is a new all-time high. The only level I'm seeing that would slow the stock down would be around 290. So again, Tesla's showing strength. I don't know if it gets up to 290 today, but a pretty good little move, at least before the opening bell. Stock is starting to get a little bit extended, a little bit stretched, so be a little bit careful there. It may need to pull back a little bit, I guess, at some point. But if you own Tesla, you just trail the stop loss there as well. Again, it's a holiday hangover type session. The volume trends are expected to be very light today. A lot of people are still away for a holiday. Generally, the week after Labor Day, it's usually the following week that starts to pick up the volume, not the week of the holiday itself. All right, let's take a look at CompuWare, CMPR. It looks like CompuWare has put itself up for sale, and CPWR, excuse me, and it looks like they're getting a pretty good little bid on that news. Stock right now is trading at $10.74. I don't know if I would expect much more upside from here. In fact, I haven't even been able to find any details of the deal. But either way, it still looks like they put themselves up for sale. I have to think that it's overbought here at these levels. Maybe it gets to 1084, 1085. There'll be some more natural resistance around that level. But again, don't chase CompuWare up. I don't even know if they could sell it for more than this, much more than this price. So be very, very careful with that one. Let's take a look at DGLY. DGLY. The stock right now is getting a pretty sharp bid. The stock closed at $18.66. It did have some volume last week in the equity. This is getting very, very overbought. I couldn't find any real news out here on this one, so I'd be a little bit careful with it, but it does have resistance at 24.62, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but nonetheless, it's a powerful move, at least for a $20 stock. Back in the day, in 2007, 2008, this was a $90 stock, but those days are long gone from here. It looks like there's some news out on it. I'm not exactly sure what it is. DGLY says camera inquiries up 5-fold. All right, so they got some news out on their product, but nonetheless, be very, very careful here. Stock gets to around 24.62. If you're aggressive, probably that's a short play on DGLY, which is Digital Alley. All right, so we've got all of those covered. Again, it's a little bit on the slower side. Let's go over to the gold market today. Gold is getting hit pretty sharply. Gold futures are trading down by nearly $20. So let's go to the all-important GLD. And the GLD closed at on Friday at 123.86. Today it's trading at 121.86. There should be a fair amount of support here, but with the size of the gap down today, you always want to be a little bit careful with that. I'm not really seeing much more downside in GLD, but hey, you never know. Gold has had a tendency to be very, very volatile, and we'll see how that all plays out. But right now, gold futures are trading at $1,268 an ounce, and they're down by nearly 20 points this morning before the opening bell. Let's take a look at the crude market. Crude is down $1.08. So October crude trading down $1.08 to $94.87 a barrel. That's a pretty good little sell-off in crude. All in all, that's a pretty good decline. So October crude is down over $1. Let's go to the USO. And again, USO, you can see here, trading at around 35.44, close at 35.76. I don't see a really solid support level here for the USO until it gets to around 33.95, maybe 34 bucks. I'm leaning towards 33.95, so we'll see if that does trade down to that level. But again, I don't see much here for crude, and crude futures are trading at $94.86 a barrel. So it's a decent sell in gold and in oil today, and that usually tells us that two things are going on. One, the U.S. dollar index is pretty strong, and it's actually up 18 cents today. Or the dollar yen is very, very strong, and that would affect the gold price. And sure enough, dollar yen is having a soaring move, up about 63 cents at the moment, right around this 105 level. So again, those currency pairs usually will affect oil, and the dollar yen will normally affect the gold market. So always be aware of that. That's what we're seeing, at least this morning. Again, it's supposed to be a pretty light trading session volume-wise today, unless something really, really sparks up. But like I said earlier, you do have some geopolitical tensions taking place in the Ukraine and Russia. Also, the problems in the Middle East have not gone away. However, they have really taken a back seat to everything else in the market. So we'll see how this all plays out. We'll see where it goes, and we'll see where it takes us. But with that being said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts.